Okay, hello everybody. Back. I'm a little sick right now. A little sick, but ready to play some game. This cold has been kicking my butt. It was really bad today. Why is this game not showing up over here? Dishonored. There we go. Alright, we're just going to continue where we left off. About to get into the boat. Into the boat.
Over here. Quickly, I'm a friend.
How are you?
I'm Samuel, and I work for some good people who want very much to meet you. They said you'd come out here. I can still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Wait a second.
Look around if you need. I'll be here. Just don't take too long.
Okay. Is there anything else I can do out here? Water has these evil fish in it right there. Like the slaughter fish or whatever from Elder Scrolls. Go too far away, they're gonna kill you. I don't have anything I can do. I don't see anything I can grab. I can't jump high enough yet to get to any of these things. Alright, cool, let's go.
Get in. We've got a hot meal and a warm bed waiting for you.
Alright, old man, let's go. Let's see here. Didn't kill anybody. No one killed. Alarms rung. None. Dead or unconscious bodies found. None. Chaos level. Overall chaos is low. Never detected. Yeah, discovered the hermit's room and opened Jelly's safe. Ooh, I missed a lot of coins though. Oof, missed about roughly a quarter of all the coins. Well. Hidden in an old bar on the river, your new allies have plans to share with you. Meet with the Loyalists' inner circle to learn what they've got in mind.
This is the Hound Pit's pub. Closed for business. Half the district marked off as dead from the plague. We're right under the Lord Regent's nose, and he don't know a thing. Of course, if anyone finds out what we're up to, the Watch will break in with swords drawn. And now that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart.
Yeah, because he knows that I know the truth.
I'll take you up to meet Admiral Havelock and the rest of the Loyalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. If anyone can help you find that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name, he can.
The Hound Pit's pub. Sewers. Evil fish that will kick my butt. I'm on the highest difficulty, so things hurt me a lot. There's some work going on in there. Barrel. Outsider walks amongst us. Here. Mysteries of Pandacia. Excerpt from the Book of the Far Continent, Pandysia. At the Academy of Natural Philosophy, they speak of the Pandysian continent as a place of wonder, where all of life is entwined and blossomed across eons, producing a vibrant ecology unrivaled in the civilized world. The overseers from the Abbey of the Everyman, by contrast, talk of horror and heresies, of cults of submen engaged in brutal, perverse rituals. The few who have traveled to the far continent and come back to the Isles, those who have actually touched the soil there, have returned with notes that describe vast deserts, deep jungles, and outlandish creatures that defy belief. Once in a generation, a great effort is mounted to build a colony there, in hopes of this someday growing into a port city to rival Dunwall itself. But to date, these attempts have all ended in madness and failure. Heathpad. Where I'm at right now? Isles. Pandysian. Let's see, where are we at here? Isles are way over there. Large-ish continent. Well, much larger than the Isles. And where are we at? Dunwall, right there. So this is part of Gristol, I guess. Is that an I? Gristol? Gristol, and then there's Morley, and then Tivia, and Circanos. Okay. Can't say. Can't quite make out what those words are. Okay. Well, I'll take this though. Okay. Nothing else in here. That was interesting. I'm just exploring. Okay, let's continue. Exploring is a lot easier once you start getting your powers and stuff. Teleporting, craziness.
I expect they're hard at work in there. Best join them. They'll help you get whoever really killed the Empress.
How do you know it wasn't me?
I'm sure the Admiral was anxious to meet you. Wasn't easy getting you here.
We found our man. Even after 6 months in Coldridge Prison, he slipped out like it was nothing.
Yes. Not surprising. He was the personal bodyguard of the Empress. You've heard the stories.
Yes, I have. It still amazes me that someone could get to the Empress and young Lady Emily.
No one knows the real story, Trevor. We all have our suspicions. We'll know the truth in time.
He's strong and quick. But I hope he understands subtlety as well.
This isn't one of your fancy dress parties. The reality is that we need men killed. Have you ever killed a man?
Only with my wit. But it's a fair point as always. He'll be here soon, and I'm looking forward to meeting him.
Okay. Hello.
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pits pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability in a fight, and in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry, you must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Piero.
Yes, Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested.
Okay.
Good to have you with us, Corvo.
Recount. Oh,
Have you talked to Piero yet? He made the weapons we left for you on your way out of Coleridge Prison. Go see him when you can.
all right. I'm going. I just want to indulge in a little kleptomania and just pick up everything. Essence of Hemlock. Oh, ooh, apricot tartlet. Unbreakable door. Oh, it's open now. There. How do I get upstairs? Ah. Anything interesting up here? Room. Oh, I see a key. Are you?
If I may, I am the personal assistant to Lord Pendleton, and one of the senior servants at Pendleton House, as was my father. Now
Cool.
I am entrusted with this house, the home of the Loyalists. I have never seen the Admiral fail at any venture. If order can be restored to the city of Dunwall, I believe he can do it. If anyone can get your old life back, it's him.
A glowing recommendation. Where did where are you falling? Corvo's chambers. Fine. Anything else interesting up here? No.
Do not attempt to house or care for a friend or family member who shows signs of blood on their face and chest area. The only way to help them is to bring them to the City Watch. They will be taken
The
to
Admiral
the flooded
served in the Navy
district
under
for
the
treatment.
Empress. But something happened with the Lord Regent that drove the Admiral out. If I understand it right.
Probably wasn't okay with the guy who had no nobility or anything, just like randomly becoming the new leader of the country. Ooh. Did it. I'm interested in all these doors. Those are barred right there. Whole floor, that's just secrets. Arrow.
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear, all custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin. No! This cannot happen now. The tank of whale oil's running. Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. The oil's unstable. When it explodes, there is a terrible mess.
Okay, carry.
That
Lots
one
of
is
documents.
empty. A new tank, please.
Go on. It's oil tank dispenser. Empty oil tank. Alright, let's read some stuff, huh? Snoop snoop. Sokolov no longer has the upper hand with regard to supplies of whale oil. The good admiral has paid for the installation of my own system, which will enable me to work in this place. Oil tank dispenser, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. When the empty tank is held near the oil tank, fill pump. The magnetic attractor should take the tank and lock it in the correct configuration. Using the lever will begin the refill process. Once refilling is complete, the tank can be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be used in handling the full tanks. They are quite unstable. The system is sound and well engineered. It appears that the Greaves Oil Company has done something correct for once. Processing. Excerpt from The Founder of the Greaves Whalehouse by Ebenezer Greaves. Out at sea, they secure the beast with hooks, with lines cast from the main ship and from several smaller boats. Buoys keep the whale from diving deep. Once it's caught, a large hook is driven through the tail, which is used to hoist the creature up through the chute. They moan and bellow for some time as the men get them onto the deck, then lift them into the scaffolding overhead. The ship adjusts its prow and returns to Port Dunwall, where the crew works on the great creature, slicing off the fattiest parts while it still lives. Ooh, that's fucked up. One thing to capture it, kill it, and then do that, but man, doing this while it's alive? It's messed up, man. Whale vivisection. Excerpt from the notes of a natural philosopher aboard a whaling ship. Remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed some minor variance in physiology. On the second leg of the trip, east of Tivia, the crew hauled aboard a female, some 42 feet in length. I estimated she weighed 35 tons, and the ship sat low, rocking side to side through the night with her thrashing. By candlelight, I took her apart, sketching and taking notes. Against her bellowing, I cut into the massive tentacles around her mouth. Within, I found row upon row of teeth and a baleen running along the upper jaw. Through this broom-like structure, I assumed she filtered food from the water that was too small to be chewed. Interesting, they have tentacles and baleen and teeth. Interesting. Dead counter responsibilities. Excerpt from the manual of New City Watch procedures. Commissioned by the Lord Regent in the face of the growing plague crisis, the dead counter is a position that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict or curfew enforcement, these officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any dead counter will have command in situations related to the plague and the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms, called weepers in common parlance. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the tests and, if accepted, for the 2-week training tour. Pay will be administered in coins and rations of elixir at 1 1/2 normal pay grade. Goodies in your trunk. Oh. See, that was that. Let's listen in on him.
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time, and then observe them for years if need be, to see if the formulation of energetic substances develop. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities, subject and the necessary legal amnesty.
That's messed up. Alright, let's take this downstairs. Before we give it to him, I'm going to read his other stuff.
Perfect. Now plug it in.
Piero, no, I will not sign off on these purchases. A bag of powdered crystal? TV and ore? What's wrong with the metals and crystal? King Sparrow feathers? If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the Academy, everything you needed was paid for by tariff and handed out willy-nilly, but this is my bar, or what's left of it, and we're operating on a budget. We're running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials, and everything else, so you've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve your purchases unless they are absolutely required. No more copper wire or special herbs. If you need these things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city is in ruins, so no one's going to miss any of the odd crap you seem to need.
Just get it neat.
Second solution. Excerpt from a series of newspaper articles from prominent natural philosophers by Piero Joplin. It is through no fault of my own that the average citizen has expressed a preference for Sokolov's elixir over my own formula, sold as Piero's Remedy, a name I did not choose if you must know the truth. The public has spoken its usual message of idiocy, spending their coins as a means of selecting Sokolov's formula over mine, which I believe to be equal if not superior. Much has been made over the popularity of these concoctions as a means of resisting this remarkable new plague. I say remarkable because this strain works with an efficiency we have not seen in the history of the Empire. This plague, now making its way through the city of Dunwall, is unrivaled in its effectiveness. I have studied it within the blood of those so afflicted, and it is nearly perfect, elegant, in fact. And while it is true that Piero's Remedy and Sokolov's Elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, my own has properties, not fully understood, which relate to the mind itself and the spirit. It is in this way that my formula wins out. Here is where one should pay attention to this contest. For you see, Sokolov's Elixir, with its emphasis on the brute animal body, is a cross goo better suited for livestock. The subtle and secret variants in the key ingredients making up Piero's Remedy ensure that it works on the higher functions that separate humankind from the mindless blue-jawed hagfish swimming in the Wrenhaven River.
The receptacle. Magnetism will do the rest.
Yeah, but I'm busy stealing your stuff right now. Southern Skies. Alright, that looks like it's every... I'm gonna eat your stuff, steal your stuff. Alright, what's up to you?
Perfect. Thank you, Cole. Here, see? The assassin's mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face, but this mask will mean terror to them. If you just hold still, the fit must be precise. There. Can you see normally? Center lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables, and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need.
Ooh.
Tell me what I can make for you.
Let's have it. We care about that. Ooh, Sleeping Bolt. That might be nice. Yeah. Rewire tool. Upgrades. Don't care about that. Crossbow. Equipment upgrades. Magnify. Bullets. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Bone charm. Charms are important also. I don't really care about the bolts, bullets, grenades, or spring razors, so no one cares about that. Because I'm not going to be shooting anybody, really. Maybe the crossbow range at some point. Accuracy. So I can do some sleep darts. Combat sleep dart. Okay. Might do those eventually, but for now, mostly look at my gear. So let's do some mask optics. Then bone charm capacity. 450 gold.
You must be exhausted. I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can.
Sure. Yes, you're right. Head to my room for sleep.
Sleep well.
Somewhere else. Got my mask on apparently because I cannot zoom. Oh, that doesn't look right. Something's not right. Maybe I go back to sleep. Nope, apparently I have to go out there. whale right there. Where are we? In the void. Nothing.
Hello, Corvo.
Hello.
Your life has taken a turn, has it not? The Empress is dead. Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this, I have chosen you and drawn you into the void. I am the outsider, and this is my mark. There are forces in the world and beyond the world, great forces that men call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power, my gift to you. Come find me.
Something's not right. Alright, I have the one that lets me blink. Cool. Whee. Right now, how do I do this? Leap of faith. How do I use my power again? Control. Left mouse button. Okay, so you cannot save her, 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 you cannot savor the moment. You cannot save her, you cannot save her. Oh. Rose spiritual remedy. Restores spirit. My mana. Whoa. What's going on right now, huh? Carvo, I am very sad. They say that you are dead like mother, but I'm going to put this note in a bottle and throw it into the river because I do not believe them. Living here is very strange. I do not like it, so please come for me if you can. Who will? Interesting. More spiritual elements. What's he doing? Throwing things. Interesting. Let's see. How was the Valero, Dunwall, White Cloud, and Second. Interesting. coffin. Oh, these guys are about to get jacked up. Riggedy wrecked. The well. Have these like little tentacle things, don't they?
In the days that follow, your trials will be great, Corvo. Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name. These runes will grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing, molded by my hands. With this heart, you will hear many secrets, and it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how they may be hidden.
Cool.
Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
Yeah, the heart of the dead empress. I remember that. Let's see here. Use the heart.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning. All of time is meaningless here. Neither seconds, nor centuries. Someday this place will devour all the lights in the sky. The one who walks here is all things. Cradle songs of comfort and bones gnawed by teeth. This is the place from which those who dabble in black arts draw their power. And this place is their doom. I can feel a great age ending. This place is the end of all things, and the beginning. All of time is meaningless here. Neither seconds, nor centuries. Someday this place will devour all the lights in the sky. The one who walks here is all things. Cradle songs of comfort and bones gnawed by teeth. This is the place from which those who dabble in black arts draw their power. And this place is their doom.
Anything interesting up here? Secret. Huh. Lots of spiritual remedies.
They are burning whales. This place is the end of all things, and the beginning.
Burning the whales.
All of time is meaningless here. Neither seconds, nor centuries. Someday this place will devour all the lights in the sky.
I need to go down.
The one who walks here is all things. Cradle songs of comfort and bones gnawed by teeth.
Ooh, there's the room down there. Was way over there. Anything cool?
This is the place from which those who dabble in black arts draw their power. And this place is their doom.
Their doom. Anything interesting in here? One way down.
The doom of Pandysia has come to the city.
That is something from Pandysia. Virus.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning.
And
all of time is meaningless here. Neither seconds, nor centuries.
How do I switch? I hear a kid out there yelling. I'll be right back, everybody. Okay, I'm back. The kiddos needed some diaper changes. I had to relocate Sophia.
Someday this place will devour all the lights in the sky. The one who walks here is all faith. Cradle songs of comfort in bones gnawed by teeth.
Alright, so I can spend runes on things. Health is increased. Criticals, ooh, jump height. That's a good one. Die. That's good. Dark vision. Which one do I want to do? These 2 runes. See in the dark and see living things through walls, including their fields of vision. Representation of the sounds that you make are also visible. Also, it does see in the dark and see living beings. See useful objects and security systems through walls as well. I think I'm going to do that. Blink, level 2. Longer distance blink. So it's definitely going to be dark vision and blink. Don't really care about possession. End time might be nice. As far as these ones down here, the only other one I really need is vitality. Should never actually need health. Agility though. Jump height is increased, falling damage is reduced. Definitely going to want to do that at some point. For now, dark vision it is.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
Somewhere in the basements below, hound kills hound, and money changes hands. Such laughter, and they sing the old songs, linking arms. But that was from a happier time. Deals are made here, sometimes under the influence of wine, and sometimes the influence is the point of a knife. Before the sun rises, they toss any casualties into the river. Men or hound, they all go in.
There are like 5 bajillion bone charms in here.
They top off the wine with river water, but eventually someone swoons. Then fresh bottles are fetched from the cellars. Their fate rests on your effort, on the strength of your hands and of your heart. They stood in a circle around the candles and cut their hands to form their alliance. The blood hissed as it touched the flames. The conspirators have found a safe home here. They take great care that they are not followed. The ale here is sweetened with honey to hide the taste of the river wine. The sober speak in whispers. The drunk bellow. Fortunes have been won here, and lives have been lost. The old man claimed a dark corner and drank himself into oblivion. The hounds were the first to find him. The river rushed in when the barrier broke. The whole district went dark. Somewhere in the basements below, hound kills hound, and money changes hands.
Mystical whale artifact. Why are there just all these artifacts just sitting? Who found artifact? Bone charm. Good lungs, bone charm. Warrior. Delicate touch. Dodge, Raven. Why are these all in here? Interesting. Rune over there. Let's go rat artifact. How do I get to my inventory and all that? How do I get to my inventory? I don't remember. Controls. Do I have anything set to I? No? Okay, so let's go to inventory and set that to I. So power effects that improve. White rats won't attack me. Fire, water. River affinity. Swim speed increase a little bit. Sure. Breaking glass sounds manually reduced. Voyeur, moderate keyhole, PP modification. Breath increase in there. Sure, why not? Right. One charm, one additional charm. Optics, left alt. I don't know why these are all in here, unless maybe... I don't know. Coins now. So I need some more runes. 2, 3, agility. I need 2, so I'm gonna save up for that. Increase my jump height. That, and then do the save up 3 to get this. Longer distance with a higher jump. That'll open up some more spots for me. Let's save. Now we've done all that. Save. This one.
Such laughter, and they're singing the old songs, linking arms. But that was from a happier time.
The Journal of Granny Rags. Excerpt from the Ramblings of a Street Denizen. Of course I tell you, dearie. I won't keep any secrets from you in the end. All the dreary days of my life are like the windows of a house. From the kitchen, I can see out into the garden where the leaves and stalks are brown and bug-eaten. You can see a little lump of dirt where something was wrapped in a blanket and laid to rest along the rows of twisting vines. The front room looks out into the street, where the neighbors are all setting fire to their homes, barricading themselves inside. Warm and snug, dearie. Don't forget about the bedroom either. It sees into a dreary alley where hooligans are playing a game with an old man. The first 2 are hitting him with sticks, and the girl with them is kicking at his dry old ribs. Oh, to have those bones, to boil them in a pot. No one lives in my house anymore, dearie. No one you'd want to meet. When I lived there, my husband, we were fine, fine people. Vera more, everyone would say. Your house is as grand as Boyle Manor. Better, even. Your dinners are lavish and your parties are the best. When the young Sokolov came to paint my portrait, I was nearly still in my prime. Radiant, he said, and he was just barely a man, so young, painting all the best people across the land. Everyone wanted a portrait by his hand, all my friends. I was the only one, dearie, wet with his paint, glistening on the canvas for a pretty coin. But it wasn't all parties and paintings. My husband and I weren't always at home, no. We traveled together, he and I, to the far ends of the Isles, beyond even, all the way to the red cliffs of Pandysia, to dig in the rock and crawl through the caves, holding up candles and squinting at the walls. Many precious things we came upon, but none so precious as the boy with the black eyes, dearie. All those marks and bones, carved so deep and polished so bright. Let's see here. I brought the old bones home, hid them from my dear husband. Then I learned to boil them and carve them myself. They made such good presents, dearie. A little mute boy took them home. He loved them so. All the time he came back with new bones for me, holding them up so I could see it in his eyes, even though his tongue was still. Granny, his eyes would say to me, carve these bones for me. Make me another present. And he went so far, all the way to Dunwall Tower, the royal headsman himself now. My little mute boy and his shiny, shiny sword. Better bones were what I needed, you see. Better bones to carve and polish, scrape and gleam. My dear old husband was always tired. I made him a soup, and then he was sick. Better bones was all, for my little mute boy, carved in the name of the one with black eyes. And after my husband was gone, given away as birthday gifts, I didn't want to live there anymore. So now I'm old and don't have any money to give many to give my presents to. It's sifting through the garbage for granny rags and feeding the little birdies that gather at my feet. No one wants to have tea, dearie, especially those rude louts on Bottle Street. Slackjaw and his boys, always meddling with an old woman just trying to make her way. In the end, we'll be together with him. You and me in the dreary night with stars above and below, and always the one with the black eyes, dearie. Interesting. What this? Excerpt from a series of letters sent by a member of the Ball Street Gang. You want the chinwag on Slackjaw? What he was like when he was young, before he got his name? Oh, he's got a cool head now, but it weren't always like that in the days before he was the boss of the Bottle Street Gang. Time was, young Slackjaw wasn't such a reasonable man. Like most of us, he grew up on the streets, running with a pack of ragamuffins and avoiding the law, pinching whatever he needed. Dark-haired and dark-eyed, smoking a pipe by the age of 10. For them born into the brothels or coming from the orphanages, it was either the gangs or working with the mudlarks, and no one wants that. Some got pressed into the Navy or put down in the mines run by the Pendleton or Boyle families. As hard as it was on the streets, as hungry as we all got, at least we was free. By the time we weren't little uns anymore, Slackjaw was one to watch, usually calling the shots when we took down a farmer's cart or sidewalk street vendor. He'd come up with the plan, give everyone some part to play, and decide on the splits. Most of us just went along, because we learned fast that we made out better like that. More food, more coins. Plus, none of us wanted to deal with Slackjaw when he was in a rage. He worked on a couple of big jobs with Black Sally across town, and that was enough to get the attention of the other bosses. He wasn't just a street kid anymore. Now he was an up-and-comer, which meant trouble. Another guy who fancied himself as such was Mike the Fish, who was working his way up running the protection racket among the factory women. One fine evening, we were all taking in a body show in the theater house. Mike the Fish and his lot are there in the cheap seats too, just down the aisle from us. Mike gets a wild idea. He wasn't big on planning, and throws a heavy ceramic spittoon at Slackjaw. Hits him square in the face and breaks his jaw. We look to see if there's going to be a blood brawl, but Slackjaw just points at the door and we all leave, with Mike laughing at our backs. Waking up the next day without telling us why, Slackjaw motions for us all to follow. He still can't say a word, so we just come along. We stop at the docks, and Slackjaw's boys actually pays coin for it. Slackjaw buys, actually paying coin for it, a heavy chain covered in hooks. For fishing in the deep, something you attach to a long line off the side of a ship. It's about 4 feet, made of thick links, and there are shark hooks coming off it at different angles. Slackjaw's got that thing wrapped around his left arm, dangling at his side. Not sure how he knew where Mike the Fish was staying, but when we reach his girl's house, Slackjaw throws a bottle through the window just like that. It's almost noon. There's a bunch of screaming inside, and Mike pokes his head out, looking wide-eyed and baffled. When he sees Slackjaw on the street, a look comes over his face that still gives me the willies. Pure murder. Mike comes out the side door bellowing like a blood ox, holding a cleaver, heading straight for Slackjaw. When they come together in the street, Slackjaw spins and the shark hooks bite deep into Mike's arm and shoulder. He screams, but Slackjaw holds onto the chain. He's standing there with his jaw broken, clenched tight, with the chain wrapped around his left arm, hooks sunk into Mike the Fish, just knifing him as fast as he can. Mike couldn't fight very well, hooked like that, and using his left hand, but he was a big guy and it took a lot of stabbing before he went to his knees. Everyone was cheering at first, then we all went quiet. It just kept going and going until finally it was just like Mike the fish blubbering, crying like a baby, and the sound of Slackjaw's knife. When it was over, and here's the brilliant part, Slackjaw took out a note and stuck it to Mike's face with a nail. It just said, "If you want a job, come to Bottle Street." Slackjaw didn't talk right for a couple of months, but word spread fast. By the end of the year, once we had a sizable gang going, he sent out letters to the other bosses, telling them that he was running a brand new crew over on Bottle Street. Most of them laugh or beat up the guys who delivered the letters. Green-Eyed Trish even came back missing a thumb. But apparently Slackjaw was expecting that kind of reaction and had a backup plan. A week later, 4 of the bosses were dead. Seemed like a series of unfortunate events, but everyone knew better. One shot dead by the watch while standing in the middle of a meat market. Another slipping and falling into the water, out cold. One of the older bosses found in bed with his belly open wide and a Tivian pear stuffed in his mouth. Still not sure what that meant. And Sheila Barnsworth was found bubbling in a cauldron of hot wax. Lockjaw sent out another set of letters, offered to the underbosses, telling them they'd be treated fair as peers. Even sent Green-Eyed Trish with one of the letters. All of the underbosses accepted. After the spilling the guts of his main competition, Slackjaw went in for stabilizing his business, real neat-like. Calling in favors, smoothing things over, giving everyone a little bit of coin or drink as a bonus, showing what he could be like as a boss. So everything got quiet, which always makes the bugs of the City Watch nervous, of course, or the boys of the City Watch. Word went out among the Royal Spy Masters Snitches, the responsible citizen group they called themselves, telling everyone working in a shop or sweeping off the front steps of their homes to keep watchful eyes for Slackjaw and his men, trying to suss out what they were up to and what had just happened. But Slackjaw ain't stupid. He greased a few palms among the shopkeepers in the watch too, telling them that he was in town to stay and that things would be run properly from now on, without so much blood. He was finally a real boss, ready to settle into the business of moving whiskey, running the hound fights, and offering up the ladies and gentlemen of the night, if you take my meaning. Then the plague came. Then the Fire Nation came. At first it seemed like a good thing. A few people got sick, and everyone wanted to buy those potions, from Sokolov or Piero. Health elixirs, or spiritual remedy, they called them. Slackjaw told me he saw an opportunity. We already had an old whiskey factory with a still, where we could water the stuff down and sell it discounted. Doing the same with Sokolov's elixir was a smart plan. Pretty soon everybody in the slums was sick and business was good. But after a while, there were so many people down with plague that everyone got scared. Everybody started acting real nasty and everything fell apart. When people can't work, they don't have the coin for elixir, watered down or pure. When the Empress died, it seemed like Dunwall would slide into the void. Spymaster Burroughs took over and the watch started using all that new Sokolov technology. Watch towers, tall boys, and them arc pylons. They put up a wall of light across Clavering Boulevard and cracked down hard. But Slackjaw surprised us again. Instead of leaving on a boat bound for Morlaix or one of the other isles, he stayed and kept it all together. We get as much elixir to fight off the plague as the City Watch with their taxes and rations, and that's kept us alive so far. Raleigh, Bottle Street Gang. Interesting. Field survey notes, the Royal Spy. Oh my god, these are long. Excerpt from the personal memoirs of Hiram Burroughs, dated several years earlier. This is the 4th day, month of high cold. Progress continues on the suppression of gang activity in the distillery district, more slowly than I'd expected. The ruffians operating there have been cunning, I'll grant them that, but it's only a matter of time. I'll see their leaders flogged in public and sent beneath the royal executioner's blade. If I had my way, that mute bastard would be working night and day, removing their heads that need removing. He's talking about me? Internally, the Empress does not seem pleased with my investigations. It seems that it is beyond her thinking, against her very nature as a trusting person, to believe that traitors move amongst us, but I know they do. They must. No, Jessamine would rather spend her time with the royal protector. At least he's likely to stop any immediate threat to her safety, but a strong arm is not what's needed against those who would undermine us. How will Corvo's sword stop a poisoned wine glass or an explosive delivered by courier? It will not. There are many threats around us, threats requiring meticulous efforts to police. Young Lady Emily is undisciplined, I'm afraid. Here within Dunwall Tower, she receives instruction from the finest tutors known in the Isles, Yet her mother spoils her and spends most of her time lost in imagination, wasting her time drawing or asking Corvo to teach her to fight with wooden sticks. The girl might rule the Empire someday. Every moment spent at play is a moment wasted. Shoring up security for the main gate leading into Dunwall Tower has been another pet project of late. To think that back in his day, Emperor Kaldwin left it open to the public during the day, allowing anyone to come and go as they please. If it were up to me, I'd seal off access to the streets entirely, but the Empress won't hear of it. The waterlock is much easier to protect, and if it were the only way into the tower, traffic in and out would be greatly reduced. Someday the wrong person is going to slip in and we'll suffer for it, mark my words. No amount of security is excessive when it comes to protecting heads of state. The Empress also disapproves of my plan for the Sokolov devices. Sokolov himself has no interest in security, of course, but he's vain and therefore keen to see his inventions deployed in any fashion. This wall of light he's been tinkering with has promise. In any case, at least I was able to convince the Empress to upgrade the pistols carried by the Officers of the Watch. Why do I worry so when no one else seems to care? If I ever fall asleep, will it all sink into the ocean? Will the rough things clamber over the walls and feel themselves on our flesh? This is what I see in the same dream several times each month. If only I had more say in such things, more authority, I could protect us all. Perhaps I've been working too hard. Dinner and an evening of conversation with a certain lady of refinement might be in order. Perhaps somewhere nice in the estate district. Here in Burroughs, Royal Spy Master. Having dreams. Excerpt from an Overseer's Covert Field Report. For over a year now, I have lived away from the Abbey, without the company. Oh, I hear someone playing with the window. One moment, everybody. I have to go get Tony out of the window blinds. Okay, I'm back. Let's see here now. So let's start off. For over a year now, I have lived away from the Abbey, without the company of my overseer brethren or the guidance of the blind sisters of the oracular order. Days have passed with me sleeping in the dens of cut-purses, murderers, and worse, and the nights have seen me prowling through the worst alleys and wretched corners of Dunwall. I have taken my meals with killers. At times I have ventured beyond the city walls, meeting in forgotten graveyards and the outlying ruins frequented by those of ill means. My beard has grown long, and I wear the weathered clothing and bits of boiled leather favored by the Bottle Street and Hatter gangs, and by those rough men and women who make their trade knifing others in return for coin. My hands have run red with blood, it's true, but I have selected my targets with care, choosing among those criminals and heretics who are not fit to live, executing them justly and using their deaths as a means of building my reputation. So far, this trick has allowed me to make my name among my murderous colleagues, without taking the lives of the innocent. My goal is singular. I must impress the assassin named Dodd in order to get close to him. Of all the practitioners of black magic we have tracked, none concern the Abbey as much as Dodd. It is said that his mother was a witch from one of the archipelagos off of the Pendician coast, taken captive by pirates venturing far from the Isles. According to the legends, by the time the ship returned, the captain was dead and the witch controlled the crew, with Dodd still a shadow in her belly. Early stories tell of a gang killer without mercy, moving among the shopkeepers and city watch officers of Dunwall like a reaper through wheat. Then a period of silence followed. Years, we now believe, he spent traveling the Isles, studying anatomy and the occult in the great halls of learning and in hidden basements frequented by fellow dabblers in the forbidden arts. Dowd is even purported to have spent a winter in the Academy of Natural Philosophy itself. and for a time, before a schism developed, he counted the Brigmore witches among his allies. All the while, he honed his craft, and it is during this time that we believe he began to consort with the outsider. New reports emerged of dusky-skinned assassins, paid by the elite to eliminate their rivals in Dunwall and in the other major cities across the Isles. Those who saw him and lived numbered in the handful, but all of them reported something strange. He appeared and vanished like smoke. From a nearby rooftop, he gestured, and a noble woman stumbled from her balcony, following to her doom on the cobblestones below. Most recently, as this new threat of plague has risen in Dunwall, Dowd has been seen leading a gang of men in dark leather, dressed as factory whalers in their vapor masks. They seem loyal beyond comprehension for one so untrustworthy, leading me to wonder if some of his magic is dedicated to lulling their minds and enslaving them. Only a month ago, one young girl claims to have come upon a strange scene. Carrying a bottle of milk home to her crippled brother, she was taking a shortcut through the tailor's district. Tony. I'll be right back, everybody. Oh, okay, I'm back. Alright, she was taking a shortcut. In a narrow street, she passed beneath a window and heard unusual sounds from within. Pushing aside the ratty curtain, the girl saw an abandoned apartment used by miscreants for gambling and trading haberweed. An occult shrine had been erected against the far wall, which she recognized from the teachings given her by her local overseer. A man she described as resembling Dodd was kneeling before the shrine, muttering to an unseen spirit as if in argument. He took a carving made of pale bone from the altar before him, and the lights all went out in a gush of unclean wind. Quiet as a field mouse, she slipped away, running until she reached her home. There can be no doubt. Dowd is an agent of the outsider and must die. There is no limit to the evil this man might do. This is my solemn oath and the great purpose of my life. Until Dowd is dead and his corruption has been purged from the world, I will continue to move among the depraved, winding my way towards him. I will not drop my guise or don my overseer's mask again until Dowd breathes no more. Okay. Can we get to this room? Not the only one. Oh, so many books. So many books. I don't want to read any more books right now. My voice already is... Ouch. Alright. We'll take some of your, powdered crystal. Hey, I don't have to talk.
Elementary sums. History of the Isles. Geography of the Isles. The Seven Strictures. Litany of the White Cliff. Sayings of the Overseer. One day we'll get a few new books.
Deals are made here. Sometimes under the influence of wine. And sometimes the influence is the point of a knife.
Influence.
toss any casualties into the river, men or hound, they all go.
Jeez.
They top off the wine with river water. But eventually someone swoons. Then fresh bottles are fetched from the cellars.
Cool. Oh, it was not great for my throat. Yeah, I'm sick. Okay. Keyhole. Alright. Anything else interesting?
Attention, citizens of Dunwall. The old port district has been added to the evacuation list. The Weeper count
I can walk
for
on
the
right
month
there.
of seeds has increased. The Lord Regent has decreed that plague ordinances will remain in effect through the month of rain. Stay alert and stay loyal.
Look like I have the ability to get up there quite yet. Whee. Ooh, ouch.
Their fate rests on your effort, on the strength of your hands and of your heart.
My heart, jeez.
They stand in a circle around the candles and cut their hands to form their alliance. The blood hissed as it touched the flames.
Avoid any sickness. Alright, well, we're gonna talk to these fools, huh?
The conspirators have found a safe home here. They take great care that they are not followed.
Out here. Ugh, this talk is going. Nothing. Evil fishies out there. Alright, cool. Nothing else changed in here. Was this here last time?
Does part of the soul live in the heart? If the heart keeps beating, does that mean that the spirit is never released into oblivion? I can keep a heart beating forever with electricity, but what does that mean for any essence trapped within? It'd be easier if I created these processes in waking hours. I am uneasy pursuing avenues that emanate from my dreaming mind.
Creepy. Lots of people having bad dreams. Unethical, immoral dreams. That was new. Failed experiment? Got that already. Oh, wait, this is a different failed experiments. Excerpt from a series of lectures on natural philosophy by Piero Joplin. Of course I have attempted to improve upon Sokolov's designs. Of course! And why not? After all, it is likely that his thinking was influenced in some small way by our time together at the Academy. We are all part of a community, striving to unknot the mysteries of the cosmos. Even those among us who possess the greatest minds are often led to a fruitful line of consideration by, how does one say it, our intellectual subordinates. Sokolov is no exception to this, despite the glamour of genius he has cast over the aristocracy. And further, it is true that many of my experiments have failed. No need to gossip about it behind my back in your social clubs and in the very chambers of the Academy itself. Great ambition requires risks. You may laugh now at my door to nowhere, but someday you will not. Your children will likely see it as commonly as you see the electric lamps lighting our streets at night. But a few short years ago, you would have laughed at Sokolov's arc pylon or wall of light. Your laughter, your condescending smiles, they are nothing but evidence of your own limited imagination. Hello, don't mind me, I'm just reading all your stuff. Anything cool in here? No, still nothing. Ooh, I'll take your key. Piero's workshop key. I believe there's something at the very top of the tower. I don't know if I have enough of jump or enough enough of a jump or enough distance on my little blink to get up there. I know that you want me to talk to Havelock, but I don't wanna. I don't wanna, so I ain't gonna. If there is something at the very top, at some point there will be at least. So this store, oh, there's all these books in here. See a way up right here. To the way up there. Ow. Alright, maybe that's enough exploring for now. So I don't have the thing that reduces fall damage, so maybe I don't do the timing of everything. Can go.
I had a sailor for a boyfriend once. He thought he'd strike gold digging in the Pandician cliffs. They found his ship drifting empty. You know, I tried to attend services with the overseers for a while. But they've just gotten more and more, I don't know, rabid about the 7 strictures and witchcraft and all that nonsense.
Ignore him. What's up, Tony?
Attention Dunwall citizens. River traffic is forbidden from landing in the Distillery District due to risk of infectious contact. Violators will be taken to the Flooded District for treatment and rehabilitation.
Rehabilitation. My patootie. Where was that chain? Where? Another book. Sit here reading books nonstop the entire time. Where's the... Gaffer's Tale, Admiralty in the Fleet. Books, more books.
Corvo seems to have arrived in good shape. Much better than I expected, given what I've seen of Coldridge Prison. He seems willing to work with us, and he shouldn't lack for motivation. The man has lost everything. We'll judge how he performs in the field. And if I can, I'll find a way to test him personally.
Pubmaster Room Key.
Attention, citizens of Dunwall. The Old Port District has been added to the evacuation list. The Weeper count for the month of siege has increased. The Lord Regent has decreed that plague ordinances
Powdered crystal.
the month of rain. Stay alert.
Lord Pendleton Memoirs, Chapter 27. In my 13th year, the despised stepmother at last departed, and Pendleton Hall was again quiet, although Father had by then sunk into deep depression. It was at this sensitive time that Waverly Boyle first entered my life. She who will be the source of many tender recollections to come.
By me, just stealing. It's here to steal stuff. Oh, shh. That was here, I wonder, in the 3rd floor. Is there any way to get into the 3rd floor? I wonder. My room. And read all these books already.
Attention Dunwall citizens.
Right back out here.
Do not attempt to house or care for a friend or family member who shows signs of blood on their face and chest area. The only way to help them is to bring them to the city watch. They will be taken to the flooded district for treatment.
Allowed to open that right now, I guess. I thought there was a chain going down into the... I missed it somewhere. It's over here. Let's save. Go talk to these folios. Anything on the tables? No. It was back here. Anything interesting? Processed whale oil. And a door. Port district sewer key. Alright, can't go in there right now. Blind. Anything up here? Does just lead back up to 2nd floor. Check. That was this guy's room. Okay. All right. All those rooms are done. All these rooms are done. Bathtub. After part 2. Shadow Bitterly. TV awesome. So many books. A lot of reading. Alright. Something there. Alright. I think that's about all we can do. Is Samuel down here? Chilling by his boat? What up?
I hope you're well rested. The Admiral has some adventures in store for you, but only he knows the details.
Goodies up here. Goodies. Fucking goodies. No way to get inside this boat. What's that, Tony? See something right there. How do I get in there exactly? Hole. I can drop down right here. What am I doing? I'm being a crazy person. Where's this? Mouth. Inch mouth 60. 100 gold coins. Okay. Anything else? These little bird things over here. Okay. I think that's about everything. Let us continue with the quest. Main story quest. It is. Alright. Here's it.
Well, let's get down to it. First off, I know that assassination is dark business, but sometimes good men have to do bad things to make the world right. Our purpose is clear. We want to restore Her Majesty's line by finding and putting Emily Kaldwin on the throne. To those ends, we'll hide, act in shadow, take them apart, piece by piece. Tonight, Overseer Campbell dies by your hand. It won't be easy. He's protected by his overseers, an army of religious zealots. But if anyone can do it, you can. Your exploits are legendary. Campbell carries a private journal. Once you've eliminated him, get the journal, because we think it contains Emily's location. Recovering her is obviously critical, assuming she's alive. That's the gist of it. Remember our cause and strike true. We're counting on you. Another thing. A former overseer by the name of Martin. He's one of us, and if you manage to find him, give him whatever help you can. He's a master strategist, and he got caught working for our cause. It'd be good to have him back here at the Hound Pits.
Yes. Exquisite tall boy. Okay, well, I don't think there's anything else to do here right now. Oh.
Corvo. Hello. I'm Callista. I work here for Admiral Havelock. I'm sorry to intrude on your business, but
what's
this
his
is
name?
important.
Niece.
I suspect you're going to kill the High Overseer. That wretched man. There's really no reason for you to listen to me. But my uncle, Jeff Kernow, still serves as captain in the City Watch. But he's a good man, and my only family. The chatter in servant circles is that Campbell just took delivery of an exotic poison. And I think I know why. My uncle's not corruptible like the rest of them. Campbell is going to poison my uncle. Do you think you could protect him? You used to do that, right? Before you had your current profession. Before you became an assassin.
You did grow up to be decent looking for a person in this world. You all look kind of gross, but yeah.
I overheard the Admiral at breakfast, talking about the Overseers. That's all I heard. And I think it's better if I don't know too much about what you people are doing.
You people? Alright, cool. Well, I didn't think of anything else to do here. Aside from going back. Heart see anything?
The ale is sweet with honey to hide the taste of the river rye.
Alright,
Just
Samuel.
wondering, sir, if you thought about perhaps seeing Piero before venturing into the Overseer's nest. I'd recommend going with the best gear you can get together.
Fine. I already purchased stuff from him. I don't have infinite money. Where's this nerd?
What can I do for you?
Stuff. Excuse me. Need any of these. Ooh. Charm capacity. Super worried about that right now. Ooh. That's definitely worth it. Raids. Combat sleep dart. Range, faster, further, accuracy. All three of these would be worth it, and then buy some bolts. Oh, Cassie might be home. Let's see here, do I have 2 right now? So I can do agility. Jump height is increased and fall damage is reduced. Perfect. Is that Mama? Is that Mama, Tony? It is about that time. Ooh. That's like a double jump. Damn, I can jump up to a second floor. Interesting. I don't quite have the ability to teleport up higher though yet, because eventually I'll get that. Or I can jump. I think I need to have a slightly longer one in order to get up there. And over here, leave. I believe there's something at the top here, I thought, but I could be wrong. Let me go check the door really quick. Someone was at the door and I thought it was Cassie, but they didn't come in, so I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. It was Cassie. She was bringing in some groceries. So, let us go and talk to our good friend Samuel. That was close. Alright, Samuel.
Ready to go? Just give the signal.
Let's go then. Take me to the Distillery District. Right. High Overseer Campbell. High Overseer Campbell leads the city's militant religious faction and is a close ally to the Lord Regent. Campbell is completely corrupt and holds the secret to Emily's location. Infiltrate the office of the High Overseer, steal Campbell's journal, and eliminate him. An ally to the Loyalists, Martin is being held there. Free him and allow him to escape.
It'll be a rough trip. Used to be to go straight up Clavering Boulevard, but now it's not so easy. Half the city's dead of the plague. The other half's fighting over what's left. City Watch still holds the bigger streets, and they've set up those wall of light checkpoints. A man walks through one of those, and he gets burned to a crisp. Everything not controlled by the City Watch is gang territory. Then there are the real odd birds living on the fringes, like that Granny Rags. They say she's nuts. I don't know which is worse. Just take your pick.
Okay. Take my pick, huh? Anything in the boat? Nothing. Use Bottle Street alleyways, optional Granny Rags. I'm gonna talk to everybody. I see people over there throwing bodies into the water. Into that boat. Okay, chilling here. Let's save. Oh, he set the car alarm off.
Let's go. It's nearly midnight. But easy, damn it. Keep them in the boat. Canal's got enough shit in it as it is.
Hey!
What is it?
I think that last one was moving.
What?
Yeah, the little one.
Not possible. I inspected them myself. Keep working.
Well, he ain't moving no more.
Messed up. Messed up. Can I snag this dude?
1, 2, 3, heave!
Where can I put this guy where he won't get killed by rats? This might be legit over here, yeah? Sleep time.
If you decide to go up Clavering, don't let the guards spot you.
Charm there, rune there, charm there, rune there.
I will be glad to rest. At the Academy, they cut the flesh of the dead and trap the lightning from the sky. Why am I so cold?
'Cause you're dead.
The great ships have stopped bringing their hulls. What have they done to me? My father had golden hair. My mother hair like ash. This city is built on the bones. When the last Leviathan is gone, darkness will fall. The Abbey is dark, its doors are locked, and no more the great sermons. The overseers have taken to the streets. Can you hear them too? Crying out in the dark.
Who is crying out in the dark?
The thinkers of the city. They devise new ways to tame the elements. Not so long ago, Dunwall was a proud city. Is it the month of harvest? Time has lost all meaning. How can it be that I know such things? Listen, I can hear their every thought. He misses the days he spent at sea. I am not alive receive the gift of death, I can feel a great age ending. They are burning whales. The doom of Pandysia has come to the city.
So there's a wall of light over there. This train. We'll toss some bodies down.
The river rushed in when the barrier broke. The whole district went dark.
Let's try to get those guys up there.
I will be glad to rest.
Well, have fun with that then. Stop looking at me.
How did it pass me by? All the others, down with the sickness. I think my wife and I will be able to ride this thing out. The plague has to pass eventually.
It might be magic. Might be a magical plague, in which case you are screwed.
All these rats crawling all over everything.
1, 2, 3, heave!
Good. Keep them coming.
Anything useful in here?
1, 2, 3, heave!
Yucky fish there. Anything secret over here? Need to get up. Oh. That's way up there. Not out here. You're up here. There's one right there. Okay. Anybody over here? Oops. It sucked. Evil fishes. Guys, dead. Why can I not get in here? Whatever I gotta do, okay. See nothing. Bone charm, clockwork malfunction. That one. Charm, clockwork malfunction. Enemy grenades take more time to explode. Death in the Month of Songs. Good. Darren and Gwen. I wonder if I should go over this way. Let's see. Go around it. Save.
Half the block dead from the plague.
Better them than us. Keep them coming.
Some of them had money.
guys just go back and forth right here. I don't technically need to do anything to these guys, do I? See me right here? No?
1,
Okay.
2, 3.
You know what? I'm gonna save right there, and I think that's gonna be a good spot to stop. Stop. Overseer camp. All right, cool. That's where I'm gonna stop for now. Pick it up next time with us going through this new level here and try to find some more charms and runes and all that kind of good stuff. But until then, I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.